It's a different song this time. It's a different song this time. Yeah. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Will I Put It in My Deck? I'm your host, Jeremy Hayes. We continue our journey through the spoiler season of AetherDrift. Today we are talking about my Atraxa Predator's voice deck. It is my Super Friends deck. Maybe one day I'll tell everyone the story of how I got to my Atraxa Super Friends deck. But today is not that day. So, we're talking about one card today. And if you have been looking at the spoiler seasons at all, you know which card it is. It's the Super Friends deck. It's Atraxa Predator's voice. So which deck is it? What deck could it be? And what card could it be? The AtherSpark, of course. This is a legendary artifact planeswalker equipment. For 4 colorless mana, comes in with 4 loyalty counters. As long as the AtherSpark is attached to a creature, the AtherSpark can't be attacked and has whenever equipped creature deals combat damage during your turn, put that many loyalty counters on the AtherSpark. That's awesome. It's great. +1. Attach the AtherSpark to up to 1 target creature you control. Up to, which is great. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Cool. -5, draw 2 cards. -10, add 10 mana of any one color. So as I read through these abilities, right, the +1, we're going to break it down. It's a lot of text, right? So we're going to read down through the card, its abilities first. So +1, attach the AetherSpark to the 1 target creature you control. My first thought is, of course, Atraxa. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Great. Now I can proliferate the +1/+1 counters on Atraxa. I can then attack with Atraxa and get 5 more loyalty counters onto the AetherSpark. And I can proliferate at the end of that turn. Right? So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It is now at 11, the turn I play it. That being said, right, 11, the turn you play it. The -5, while initially might seem a very high cost to draw 2 cards, a -5, and it comes in at 4, it's at 11 now, and next turn it's going to be even higher. So it's not that high of a cost. Even if I put it on, you put on a 1/1. Let's try that. You put on a 1/1, it becomes a 2/2. At 5, you attack for 2, it's up to 7. So -5, you're still at 2. And you're going to do a +1 again, make that 2/2 into 3/3, go to 2 to 3 to 6. Like it's even a 1/1, it's that -5 is not a high cost. And it's -10. 10 mana is a lot of mana. My Atraxa Predator's voice deck is 4 colors, so it might not be great, might not be the best, but I can use it as just 10 colorless mana and then use my actual mana to filter through the colors that I actually need while having this 10 mana on. Having 10 extra mana is not a bad thing, is what I'm trying to say. So this card is fantastic. I think it can also be great in equipment decks that have like the Arden decks, or even Pure Steel Paladin decks that run Pure Steel Paladin. You can slap this sucker onto a creature. That's now suited up with a bunch of other equipment, attack with it, and then do its -10 right away. I think it's great in any combat-oriented deck, any combat-oriented monocolored deck. For instance, I'm going to go ahead and say, as I was talking about the card now, the idea popped in my head, Adeline of Splendid Cathar. +1, put this on Adeline. It is now at least a 2/5. Attack, have your 1/1s come out, and that is now 2, 3, 4, 5. This thing is now up to 10 already, right? And 10 mana of any one color in a monocolored deck is bonkers crazy nuts. So I'm definitely going to try to grab one of these once it comes out and find a slot somewhere in my Atraxa Predator's voice deck. If I end up not liking it there, I can play around with it in my Adeline deck, which is great. But I'm definitely want to try it out in my Super Friends deck first. And I would encourage you to do the same. Thanks for joining. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Will Eyes. I know you're wondering what cards I might be putting in my deck. Thanks.